this year, still anticipated we can hit as high as 48,000, maybe even higher than that. Some people think we could hit 60,000 or even break into a new high by the end of this year. Some people are calling 100,000 by the end of the year, right? But if we're following previous patterns of hitting this Fibonacci level of 61.8%, well, Bitcoin should hit around 48,000, right? Sometime soon, maybe before the end of the year. And then afterwards, we'll go break through 69,000 and we will continue higher. 100, 150, 200,000. I don't know. It's going to be tremendous. It's going to be looking something like this. So right now, as it's quiet and stagnant, and you know what? That's okay. It's accumulation stage, right? But there's really nothing for the bears to say. I mean, there's nothing the bears can say that can scare out the long-term holders who keep on increasing a number and keep on DCAing. I mean, it's really that simple, right? The bears can no longer do anything. They are getting exhausted. They're getting depressed, and they will be shorted or liquidated, I should say, in the future. So that's my take. Presidential elections. Now, I have never, ever correlated the presidential elections with the 4-year cycle previously, but now it's starting to become apparent. If you look at this, every time there's an election, you can see Bitcoin starts doing better, right? It starts going higher. And many people have said the same thing about just markets in general, how whenever there's election, markets tend to rally or whatever, right? But if you look at it, there is definitely a correlation. And the correlation is it happens to fall upon the years when Bitcoin has a halving event. So, Bitcoin has a halving event every 4 years. Last time I had a halving event was 2020. Okay, and that was when Bitcoin was still around 15,000. And then it shortly went up to 70,000, and then it happened again in 2016 when Bitcoin's at 710, and 2012 when Bitcoin's at 11, right? So next year is going to be a crazy, crazy year. Okay, not only are we having a new election, but we're having the 4-year cycle, right? The next halving event is coming. We're also having spot Bitcoin ETFs that are being approved, right? And we're going to get rate cuts from Powell, right? So next year is going to be absolutely wild if you think about it. There will be so many things, bullish things, that are going to be happening in 2024. It's going to be quite crazy if you think about it, right? So I just thought that was kind of interesting, very interesting. Outside of this, of course, what about the bears? You know what? The bears definitely are getting exhausted. What else? What else can the bears do at this point? Okay. Everything I've been mentioning about Bitcoin has been so positive, right? And every day we get a new metric. Like here, 69% of circulating Bitcoin has been inactive for a year. Long-term holders keep on holding, right? So what can the bears do? There's nothing they could do to scare the long-term holders. Only the short-term retail investors that have come in that doesn't quite understand, yes, they may be fudded out. But for everyone else, we know that this is the only asset that we should be holding. I take that, not only, but there's outside of Bitcoin, there's a lot of crypto, but still, this is the asset class to be holding, right? And we're seeing right now store value being proven right in front of our eyes. And over a long haul, it's also proven that Bitcoin is the best hedge against inflation because nothing has outperformed it, right? That's why so many people are holding. Long-term holders hit 75%. Holders that have hit at least 1 year, basically 69%. And all the fundamentals and technicals and everything, signals and on-chain metrics, all point to better days coming, right? So right now, again, I've made this statement. could be boring, could be stagnant, but this is all leading up to something fantastic, especially in 2024. I just mentioned we have a lot of things happening, very bullish things happening in 2024. But even before then, right, it's just a matter of time. We still got 4 months left for this year, and there will be many, many things coming. But right now, I mean, you just look at it. It's a matter of supply and demand keeps going up and supply keeps going down. It's really that simple, right? And Huobi recently, there's a lot of fun about Huobi. And I've always told you guys this. Anything that Justin Sun touches, you want to get far, far, far away from. Huobi was one of the bigger, well-known, I don't know if it was tier 1, maybe tier 2 exchange. But recently, there's a lot of talks about a lot of executives either leaving or being arrested. So there's a large number of outflow, okay, of all coins from Huobi. Stable coins and ETH-based coins are talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. So in a desperate attempt, it seems like Justin is trying to save it. So some anonymous person who was one of the largest TRX holders on the planet, guess who, okay, deposit 200 million of USDT and 9 million Ether into Huobi to try to save it, to try to prop it up, right? Huobi says they don't know who it's from. Although this person, again, is one of the largest holders of Tron on the planet. So you do the math. Who else can it be, right? But yeah, it doesn't, I don't know if Huobi's going to make it. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but ever since Justin bought it, I'm like, I'm out. Anything he touches is no good. So there's that. Also, Coinbase buys back partially $1 billion bonds at a premium. Coinbase obviously has been doing very well ever since the XRP, security dismissal, I guess. Coinbase has been skyrocketing, and so many institutions are depending on Coinbase for their spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? So that's probably the reason why they're doing it. They're flush with money right now, so that's good.